Hi, I'm Daniel from Aarn Packs, and today we're going to take a look at the Peak Aspiration. So at the top here, you can see we've got our bare canister attached. So we sell this as a separate item. Just creates this nice little triangle attachment. Just makes it nice and stable to hold that bare canister on. And we just attach it with a couple hooks onto these little loops on the lid. And if I spin this pack around, there's another attachment point here, just a little loop for that hook to hook into. It just means that this is nice and easy to grab a hold of that handle still and hook that pack on for the day. The lid has been updated a little bit, so we've made this a little bit wider and added just a touch of volume to it. It sits down over top the pack nicely. We've also updated the way it hooks on, so it is removable, and we've replaced the hooks with some gatekeepers, so they're nice and spring-loaded. Pop those open. So it creates a nice positive connection to the pack itself, but also inside there you will find hooked on there an extra strap, and that is used for converting this into a bum bag or a crossbody sling. So those are little loops are gonna hook onto the gatekeeper. Just snap those closed. And the same on the other side. And so you've got some adjustability in the straps that are on the lid and on the strap as well. So you've got a little buckle there, so you can hook that up as like say a little hip belt, or open these up and use it as like a crossbody sling or just a little shoulder bag. So that's a nice little feature. So just looking at the pack itself, this year we've got a darker gray and what I think is a nicer green, a richer green. This is a 100D Robic ripstop. This is a 500D Kodra, so it's a nice, quite tough pack, durable materials. The attachments on the side here are Lasso locks. So the previous version had permanent ski straps, so you could drop skis onto it, but we've replaced those. We put on these attachment points. There's 4 on each side and 4 across the bottom as well. This means that you can use things like the Lasso lock that you see on there for compression, or we sell separately snowshoe straps, set of 2, or you can add on ski straps as well. Those are sold separately as a pack of 4, so you can use all those same attachment points. This version comes with 2 Lasso locks. We also sell packs of 4. So if you wanted to, say, put something, carry a tent on the bottom of your pack, you could buy an additional set of those and add those to the bottom or to the sides. They're also big enough to go the whole way across the back, the front of the pack as well. The way the lasso part works, this is why it has its name, is if you pull that slider, that's going to open up, and when it's attached to the side there, you can put something like, part of your kayak paddle through, and that's going to hold the gear into place, as well as acting as compression. So that's going to do your tightening that up. So if I pull that there, that's going to cinch up the side, or like I say, I could slack it off, open up the loop, and put some gear in there. Right, then moving on down the pack, we have 2 ice axe loops, and we've got an adjuster on there, size adjuster, so that you can open that up fully and throw in an ice axe, or you can do something like put in a traditional telescoping pole. We size it to the size you need, and you've got the corresponding hook and elastic at the top there. Cinch that down. You'll see that we've left these unfinished on purpose so that we can field repair them quite easily, or if you are only ever going to carry 1 ice axe, for example, you never have something on this side, then you can take that off and leave it at home. Also, with this updated on the pockets, it's quite easy to take your traditional telescoping pole and hook it in from that way as well. You've got a little hook here, so you can open those up, throw in some gear, or throw in your bag of chips or something quite easily, and cinch that down as well. The pockets have been updated to have a greater volume, so they are deeper, as well as just more fabric to them, so you can get quite a lot of gear in there. Drop in some Z poles, drop tent poles in there, so you can get quite a bunch of stuff into those side pockets. You can see up on the Peak Aspiration on the wall here, you've got two 1 liter smart bottle in there as well. So if I spin this around, we've added a little elastic there, adjustable. It's also field repairable, so if I slack that off, you can access it from this side, and so if you break it or wear it out, you can put a new piece in quite easily. So then if we take a look at the inside here, we have corresponding hook and loop, so that's going to make that easy to do your roll for one thing, but also we use it to attach a dry liner inside the pack. So I can pull that out just so you get an idea. So we've got the dry liner in there, and that just means it's held in place as well. Now if I open the pack up, take a look in here, you can see we've got just a little bladder hanger and a port for it to go out. So now if we take a look at the back panel, on the Peak Aspiration, you're going to find our fully movable harness. So to make that happen, to start with, we have a perimeter frame, and that allows us to have this nice, comfortable, ventilated back panel. So you can get quite a lot of air movement through there. And it's also adjustable. So there's a clip at the top here. So if I open that up, I can loosen that, or I can tension it more as I like. Clip that back into place. Moving on to our shoulder straps then, we have the U-flow system. So that means that our shoulder straps are attached to each other. So it's a little bit different. So if I lift a shoulder or drop a shoulder, it means my body can move without the pack moving on my back. It stays stationary, but your shoulders can move up and down. And the way we do that is we've got them attached to each other through the bottom of the pack. And that's why it's called U-flow. So it just allows that movement. The mesh, shoulder straps themselves are made of a nice, comfortable 3D mesh and some nice, comfortable foam in there as well. Then if we have a look at the way we do our back adjuster system, this is a pack that I can be wearing and adjust while I'm wearing it. And we do that by having a track in the back here that the shoulder straps are attached to, and that runs up and down. And then we have this cam buckle back there. I can release that, pull this to the top. That's going to make it its longest position. And then at the bottom here, when I'm pulling on this webbing at the bottom, that's going to shorten the shoulder straps and bring that down. And again, I can be wearing that, pull that piece down myself, and that'll basically customize that fit. So on top of the shoulder straps being adjustable for your back length, these packs are also sized. This happens to be a long back length. They come in a long, a medium, and a short back length. So if we move to the hip belt itself now, the hip belt is attached to one single plate, one single pivot point, and that allows it to be dynamic. So this means that it is free to move side to side as well as forward. What that allows us to do is every time you take a step, that hip belt can pivot with your body. And again, the pack is staying where it should be. And also when you take a step forward to, big step on a rock, or up on a step or something, that allows your body to move forward away from the pack. And that's why we call it our mobile harness. The pelvic form comes from the fact that we have a stiffer material and a softer material, and we put in a folding point here. This allows this to curve to your hips and really wrap around the top of your hips here. We've got dual adjust. So we've got a buckle with 2 attachments, and this is our Kodra buckle. So we've got 4 webs coming together that attaches like that. So what that means is that we can attach the webbing at the front and at the back here. So when I tighten this down, this is going to create this curving effect to wrap this top of the webbing and top of the cushioning over top of your hip belt, your hips. The buckle itself is quick release, so it just sits under tension. We've got a lot of river crossings in New Zealand, so it's just quite easy to pop that apart and go. In addition, that comes in 4 sizes as well, small through extra large, and it is also adjustable in size within that range as well. So you can take a small and you can move the fins closer or farther apart and make micro adjustments. So that's a quick look at the harness system. In addition, on the long back length, we've added the adjustment to the load lifter system. So again, we've got a gatekeeper there. If I unhook that, I've got 2 positions that can hook into. So either the longest point or one down. So it just means you can dial that fit in again for those extra long, tall torsos. Right, so this pack comes without pockets, but we do have a whole range of pockets that we sell. And just to give you an idea of what that would look like, we've got 3 attachment points on our harness for them. This loop here is the top attachment point. We've got a tensioning system that can hook into the side here, and then a place with a stave for the bottom of the pocket to attach to. So that simply kind of drops in like that, hooks in at the top. So just to give you an idea, what that's doing is allowing you to get access to gear quite easily, super convenient, but it acts as a physical system to help pull the pack forward. So this is going to help balance that load and pull it forward and take stress off the back. So that's our balance pocket system. The pockets are sold separately, so you can check those out too. Right, then the last thing to take a look at, let's grab this one off the wall. We have 3 configurations that you can use this pack in. So first one, as you're seeing it with the lid, but I can take that off. And I can have a roll top closure like that. And I could just tuck these straps, extra straps away. Or if you like, you can cinch this down and still use those straps like this. So there we have it. That's a quick look at the Peak Aspiration. Check them out. They're online and hopefully in your local retailer.